不要、不想、不可以、不会、不是、不容易、不漂亮、敢不敢、会不会、是不是、拿不动、心不心动。Are you unsure when 不 will appear and how to use it? In Chinese, the most frequently used negations are 不, 没 or 没有, 有 is optional, and 别. I've divided this unit about negations into 3 sections. The first section in this video is primarily about 不 part 1. In the following video, we'll look at the negation 不 part 2. And then, in the third section, we'll look at the other 2 negations, 没 and 别, and how they differ from one another. The character has 2 pronunciations, 不 and 不. The character 不 is written in the sequence of the strokes demonstrated. The character 不 is pronounced with fourth tone when followed by all tones except for the fourth tone. When the negation character 不 is followed by the fourth tone, the tone is changed from fourth to second. This is explained by a linguistic phenomenon known as dissimilation. We sometimes change our pronunciation to make it easier to pronounce. In this case of tone change of 不, we assume that its default tone is the fourth tone. Because it is more difficult to pronounce 2 characters with fourth tone in a sequence when they are followed by another character with fourth tone, the tone of 不 is changed to second one. I'll give you some examples to demonstrate the phenomenon of dissimilation of the character 不. We assume that the tone default is the fourth tone. When followed by a character with the first tone, 说, it remains its original fourth tone. Thus, we pronounce this phrase as 不说. Likewise, when followed by a character with the second tone, 行, the phrase is pronounced as 不行. When followed by a character with a third tone, 想, the phrase is pronounced as 不想. When it is followed by a character with the fourth tone, however, the phrase becomes more difficult to pronounce. For example, 不是 requires more efforts to pronounce. As a result, the tone of the negation character is changed to the second tone. The phrase is then pronounced as 不是, which is easier to say. As a result, the rule is applied to other situations that are similar. When the fourth tone character follows the negation character, the 2 characters are pronounced as the second and fourth tones, like 不会, 不要, and 不是. 不 is one of the Chinese negations. In one of the following videos in this series of negation characters, we'll compare the various uses of different negation characters. In Chinese, 不 is used to ask yes-no questions and to negate. The pattern of the yes-no question is A 不 A, which can also be said A 吗. The pattern of its negation is 不 A. Now examine the paired examples of yes-no questions and their negation responses. The first example is a combination of 不 and the verb 去 to go. 去不去 is a yes-no question. The negation is 不去. The second example is a combination of 不 and an adjective 高, tall or high. 高不高 is a yes-no question. The negation is 不高. The third example is a combination of 不 and an adverb. This character 敢 is used as an adverb in Chinese. Although its usage in English is a verb, to dare to, 敢不敢 is a yes-no question. 不敢 is the negation. The final example is a combination of 不 and an auxiliary 会。会不会 is a yes-no question. 不会 is the negation. In this video, we'll discuss the negation character 不 in conjunction with the first two grammatical categories, verb and adjective. The final two grammatical categories, adverb and auxiliary, will be covered in the following video. In this section, we'll look at more example sentences to familiarize you with its usages. A word in Chinese can be a single character, two characters, or more. I'll show you examples of 不 and other one-character words as well as two-character words to demonstrate the differences in how they are used. Let's start with a one-character verb and show how they make yes-no questions with the negation character 不。去不去 will somebody go? 喝不喝 will somebody drink? 吃不吃 do or does somebody eat? 坐不坐 do or does somebody sit down? Look at the following examples. A yes-no question with both affirmative and negative responses. Speaker A asks, 我明天去台北，你去不去? We're going to Taipei tomorrow. Will you go? The affirmative response of Speaker B can be 好啊 yes. Or Speaker B can say 我要去 yes, I'd like to go. On the contrary, Speaker B can say 我不去 no, I'm not going, to turn down the question. Speaker A asks, 我买了珍珠奶茶，你喝不喝? I bought pearl milk tea. Do you want to drink? Speaker B can say, 好啊 yes. Or 我要喝 yes, I'd like to drink it, to give an affirmative response. On the contrary, Speaker B can say 我不喝谢谢 No, I don't drink, thank you, to decline. Speaker A asks, 我买了臭豆腐，你吃不吃? I bought stinky tofu. Do you want to eat? Speaker B can say, 好啊 yes. Or 我要吃 Yes, I like to eat, to show that he or she also wants to eat the stinky tofu. On the contrary, Speaker B can say 我不吃谢谢 No, I don't eat, thank you. Speaker A asks, 那里有座位，你坐不坐? Do you want to take a seat there? Speaker B can say 好啊 yes, to accept the suggestion. Or Speaker B can say 我不坐谢谢 No, I'm not sitting down, thank you, to decline. In the next section, we'll look at two-character verbs. The pattern of the yes-no question is A 不 A B. In this section, the example verbs are two-character, like 唱歌 to sing. If you want to make it a yes-no question, you can say 唱不唱歌 Do or does somebody sing? Likewise, 喝不喝酒 Do or does somebody drink alcohol? 吃不吃肉 Do or does somebody eat meat? 坐不坐车 Do or does somebody take a car? Look at the examples showing yes-no questions and their affirmative and negative responses. Speaker A asks, 你唱不唱歌? Do you sing? Speaker B can say, 好啊 yes, to accept the suggestion. Or Speaker B can say, 我不唱歌谢谢 No, I don't sing, thank you. Speaker A asks, 你喝不喝酒? Do you drink alcohol? Speaker B can reply, 好啊 yes, I'd like to drink some. Or 喝啊 yes, I do. Or Speaker B can say, 我不喝酒谢谢 No, I don't drink alcohol, thank you. Now we're going to compare two different ways of asking if someone eats meat or wanted to eat meat. Speaker A asks, 你吃不吃肉? Do you eat meat? This question is used to ask is someone a vegan or not. Look at the other question. 你要不要吃肉? Do you want some meat? This question is asked when you want to know if someone wants to eat meat right now. So if speaker B is not a vegan, he or she can say 吃啊, yes I do, to respond the question. 你吃不吃肉? If speaker B is a vegan, he or she can say 我不吃肉，谢谢. No, I don't eat meat, thank you. On the other hand, speaker B can also say 好啊 to respond to the question 你要不要吃肉 to indicate that he or she wants to eat meat right now. If speaker B don't want to eat meat at the moment, speaker B is not a vegan. He or she can say 我不要吃，谢谢. No, thank you. Look at another example. 你上学坐不坐车? Do you go to school by car or bus? Only when you want to know whether someone typically takes a car or a bus to school can you ask this question. Speaker B can say 坐啊, yes I do, to indicate that he or she sometimes go to school by car. Or speaker B can say 我不坐车，我走路去上学. No, I don't take a car or bus to school. Instead, I walk, to indicate that he or she doesn't go to school by car. In the next section, we'll look at the combination of 不 and adjective. Adjective plus 不 plus adjective, and 不 plus adjective. Let's start with the one-character adjectives and show how they make yes-no questions with the negation character 不. 美不美? Is it or somebody beautiful? 高不高? Is it high or is somebody tall? 大不大? Is it big? 贵不贵? Is it expensive? If speaker A asks, 他的女友美不美? Is his girlfriend beautiful? Speaker B can say 很美. Yes, she is very beautiful. Or 我觉得不美. No, I don't think she's beautiful. 她的男友高不高? Is her boyfriend tall? 他很高. Yes, he is tall. Or 他不高. No, he's not tall. 你的房间大不大? Is your room big? 很大. Yes, it's big. 不大. No, it's not big. 这个包包贵不贵? Is this bag expensive? 很贵. Yes, it's very expensive. 不贵. No, it's not expensive. In the next section, we'll look at two-character adjectives. The pattern of the yes-no question is also A, 不, A, B, like 不 and two-character verb combination in the previous section we have talked about. 漂不漂亮? Is it or somebody pretty? 可不可爱? Is it or somebody cute? 优不优秀? Is it or somebody excellent? 好不好玩? Is it fun? 这房子漂不漂亮? Is this house beautiful? The response can be 漂亮. Yes, it's beautiful. Or 不漂亮. No, it's not beautiful. 这只狗可不可爱? Is this dog cute? 可爱. Yes, it's cute. 不可爱. No, it's not cute. 他的学生优不优秀? Are his students excellent? 优秀. Yes, they are excellent. 不优秀. No, they are not excellent. 昨天好不好玩? Was it fun yesterday? 好玩. Yes, it's fun. Or 不好玩. No, it's not fun. To learn how to use 不 in every circumstance, watch the video several times and go over it again if you are having trouble understanding this section. I think you'll be able to keep them under control. In the next issue, we'll go over the various uses of character 不, section 2. If you want to learn more about this issue, please follow my channel. My videos will be regularly uploaded on Wednesdays. Thank you for sticking with me all the way to the end. See you again soon.